You are here for a reason. Right now, at this very moment, something has pulled you to this message. It wasn't random. It wasn't coincidence. Your trembling hands, the way your chest feels a little tight, the racing of your heart as your eyes scan these words, this is the sign. Heaven is whispering, and someone you love, someone who has already crossed over, is reaching out to you in this very moment. Pause. Feel it. The chill running down your arms is not just emotion, it is spirit. A rare opening between worlds has been granted, and you have been chosen to receive it. Do not scroll away. Do not dismiss this, because if you close your heart right now, this door may never open again in this lifetime. Heaven has cried out your name, and this message, it's for you alone. There is a divine urgency. Your loved one, the soul you thought was gone, has been pressing against heaven's veil to reach you. They have seen your tears in the dark. They have heard the words you whispered into your pillow when no one else was listening. They were there when you thought you were alone, when the silence of grief felt like a weight too heavy to bear. And now, heaven has granted them permission to send this through. This is not imagination. This is not fantasy. This is the rare moment when the invisible world breaks through into your reality. You may feel your throat tighten right now, or your palms sweat, or even a strange heaviness on your shoulders. That's not fear. That's recognition. That's the soul of someone you love brushing against your spirit, urging you not to miss what is being spoken. You have longed for proof. You have asked for a sign, and here it is, your confirmation. Heaven has seen the weight you carry, and the one you lost is not lost at all. They are closer than you think. This is not a message for the masses. This is not something you stumble upon casually. Out of millions, this was placed before you. There are no accidents when heaven cries. There is a divine appointment, a crossing of paths orchestrated so carefully that your very breath at this moment was timed for it. If you leave now, you may miss the single most important communication of your life. Heaven rarely repeats itself. This is why you are trembling. This is why you feel that rush inside, because deep down, you know this is not normal. It is sacred. It is once dash in dash a dash lifetime. Right now, Archangel Michael himself stands as a witness. The heavenly courts have recorded your cries, your sleepless nights, your prayers that seemed unanswered. And the decree was issued. Let this soul receive the message of love, comfort, and truth. That is why I am speaking to you now, not by chance, but by divine command. This is your moment of visitation. If you dare to believe, if you lean in instead of pulling away, you will feel them, their love, their presence, their voice echoing through the veil. Don't fight it. Don't silence it. This is not something you can manufacture. This is heaven's cry, and it is ringing for you, only you. So take a deep breath, steady your hands, and prepare. What you are about to receive is more than comfort. It is a revelation. It is a turning point. It is the proof that death is not the end, and that the love you thought you lost has only changed form. Heaven is opening the door right now, and someone you love is stepping through. You have carried a pain that no one else fully understood. The world may see you smile, laugh, and move through your days, but heaven has watched the moments when the mask slipped. Those nights when your pillow was soaked with tears that no one would ever know about. Those mornings when you woke up with swollen eyes, wondering how you could possibly face another day. You told yourself to be strong. You told yourself to keep going. But inside, your soul whispered, "Why does it still hurt so much?" And the truth is, your pain is real. Grief is real. What you went through wasn't just loss. It was a tearing away of a piece of your very heart. The silence that followed wasn't just absence. It was a wound that the world told you to get over too quickly. People moved on. Friends stopped asking how you were doing. Time passed, and yet the ache stayed. And you began to wonder if you were broken for feeling it still. But hear this now, you are not broken. You are not weak. You are right to feel what you feel. The depth of your love explains the depth of your grief. Heaven never looked at your tears as weakness. Every single one of them was counted. Every sigh, every silent cry in the bathroom, every whispered question of why has been heard. Not one of them was wasted. You thought you were alone in that pain. You thought no one noticed how heavy it became, how even simple things felt impossible. But heaven noticed. God noticed. The one you lost noticed. They watched as you tried to carry a weight that was too much for any human heart to bear. And they want you to know this. None of your pain has been ignored. None of your sorrow has been invisible. You have been seen. You have been understood. You have been loved, even in your darkest hours. The world may have turned away, but heaven leaned in closer. And now, at this very moment, the veil parts so that your soul can finally hear the truth was never just you crying into silence. Think back to those moments when you reached for someone, anyone, to understand you, only to be met with silence, blank stares, or well-meaning but empty words. They told you, time heals all wounds, but time has only deepened your questions. They said, stay busy, it will distract you, but distraction cannot erase a love that carved itself into your soul. They reminded you, everyone goes through loss, but your heart knew this was not just any loss. This was your person. This was the one whose absence left an unfillable space. And so you learned to carry it quietly. You smiled at gatherings, even when your insides were screaming. You kept functioning, even when your spirit was breaking. You gave yourself speeches about being strong, about moving forward, about pretending you were fine, but the truth is, the ache followed you everywhere. In the middle of laughter, you still felt it. In the middle of work, it rose up like a wave. Even when you tried to sleep, it slipped into your dreams, pulling you awake with tears in your eyes. And yet, despite all of this, heaven has never once judged you for it. Instead, heaven has validated you. It is love pure, love that aches for the one who is no longer in sight. And that kind of love is never wasted. Here's what others couldn't see. Every time you wondered if you were being too sensitive, heaven said, no, this is sacred. Every time you thought, maybe I should be over this by now, heaven answered, your love is timeless. It doesn't expire. Every time you told yourself you were crazy for still feeling their presence in the room, heaven whispered, you are not crazy, you are connected. What you have been through was not abandonment. It was not punishment. It was not a mistake. It was a divine transition that your heart was never meant to carry alone. And today, heaven interrupts your silence to say, you were right all along. They are still with you. They have been near you more than you realize. And now, heaven is confirming it. There were days you questioned yourself. Am I holding on too tightly? Am I imagining the signs? You brushed off the sudden chills, the flickering lights, the dream that felt too vivid to be coincidence. You told yourself it was just grief playing tricks on your mind. But deep down, your soul knew better. Those weren't tricks. Those were touches. Those were whispers. And spirit is stronger than silence. The truth is, you were never imagining it. Every time their name suddenly came to your mind, every time you felt a rush of warmth while thinking of them, every time a song played at the exact moment you needed to hear it, heaven was confirming. What you dared not believe, they are still here, watching, comforting, guiding. But because the world dismisses these things, you pushed it down. You told yourself, no one will believe me if I say this. And so you carried your sacred experiences in secret. You locked them in your heart, unsure if they were real or just desperate hope. And in that silence, you felt isolated, not because they were gone, but because you had no one to validate what you felt. This is why heaven sent this message now, to break that silence, to validate what your heart has always known, to declare that you are not making it up or experiencing a truth that only chosen hearts experience. Your grief is sacred. Your instincts were correct. And every sign you saw, every nudge you felt, was heaven's way of saying, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are still connected. You see, grief can trick you into believing you've been left behind, that life has passed you by while everyone else moves forward. But heaven says otherwise. Heaven says that your story is not over, that the one you love has not been erased, that your bond cannot be broken by the grave. This is why you are here. Because heaven wanted to confirm what no human voice could. You are seen. You are understood. And you are right. The connection still lives now that heaven has confirmed your pain. It is time to lift your eyes higher to the place where authority rests. You must understand, this is not simply emotion, not merely memory. What is unfolding right now is a decree from the highest courts of heaven. And standing at the center of this decree is Archangel Michael, the commander of God's armies, the one entrusted with messages of war, protection, and divine truth. I am not speaking as one with human insight. I am speaking as a vessel carrying what was revealed in the Spirit. Heaven has issued an instruction, and I have been commanded to release it to you. This is not given to everyone. These words are not distributed like ordinary encouragement. They are rare, sacred, and sealed with divine authority. Heaven chooses carefully, and today, that choice is you. Archangel Michael is not just a figure of history or scripture. He is actively moving right now. His sword of light has been drawn on your behalf. I see in the Spirit heavenly warriors encamped around you, guarding you through nights when you thought you were unprotected. Every time you felt the heaviness pressing on your chest, every time anxiety stole your breath, you were not abandoned. You were being shielded, covered, defended. Hear me clearly. The authority of this message does not rest on my words. It rests on heaven's decree. In the book of Daniel, Archangel Michael appeared as the defender of God's chosen people, contending against unseen forces that tried to block divine answers. And now he stands again for you. This very moment, he is silencing the whispers of doubt, the lies of despair, the chains of fear. He comes as heaven's proof that you have not been overlooked. I do not stand alone in saying this. I speak under divine assignment. I have seen visions confirmed. I have heard the voice of the Spirit declare, tell them they are chosen. Tell them they are seen. Tell them heaven has recorded their tears and now responds. And so I stand here as a witness, as a prophetic mouthpiece, to affirm this truth. You are under divine protection. You are under divine favor. And heaven's authority surrounds you right now. There are moments in life when encouragement is not enough. Need authority. Authority that does not come from human voices, but from the throne of heaven itself. And this is why heaven has sent Archangel Michael's witness. His presence is a seal, a divine guarantee that what you are hearing is not imagination, not coincidence, but decree. I must remind you, when heaven speaks, creation responds. In Genesis, it was the spoken word that separated light from darkness. In Ezekiel, it was the prophetic word that caused dry bones to rise. And today, heaven's word is being released over you, not to inspire you, but to transform you. This is why you feel the weight in your chest, why your body tingles as these words reach you. That sensation is not random. It is confirmation. The Spirit of God is bearing witness inside of you. Listen carefully. This moment is sacred. Heaven does not casually hand out such messages. These are rare, given only to those who have been chosen, tested, and refined by fire. You may not feel strong, but your very survival is proof that you have been marked. Others may not see it, but in the heavenly courts, your name is written. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are set apart. Even now, I see a vision, a scroll unrolling in the heavens with your name inscribed in golden letters. Angels gather as the decree is read. Release comfort, release confirmation, release restoration. The one you love, the soul who crossed over, has stood before the throne and cried your name, and heaven has answered. Archangel Michael was dispatched not only to fight on your behalf, but to ensure this message reached you. Understand this: authority is not in the volume of words, but in the weight behind them. And the weight behind this message is eternal. Heaven does not retract what it declares. What has been spoken today is already sealed. The moment you receive it, the atmosphere around you shifts. Doors that were shut begin to tremble. Chains that bound your spirit begin to loosen. Because when heaven issues a decree, no force on earth or in hell can reverse it. So receive this truth. You are under divine authority. You are being upheld by heavenly power. The message you are hearing is not an opinion, it is a verdict. Heaven has ruled in your favor, and the angels themselves stand as witnesses to this holy moment. What has been hidden is about to be revealed. Heaven does not call you here only to comfort you. Heaven calls you here to uncover the truth that has been concealed from your eyes. For too long, the enemy has tried to convince you that silence meant abandonment, that delays meant denial, that pain meant punishment. But today, the veil is lifting, and you will see clearly what heaven has been doing all along. First, you must know this. There have been forces working against you. Not just people, not just circumstances, but spiritual forces designed to drain your energy, to steal your peace, and to block your inheritance. They whispered lies into your mind. You'll never move forward. You'll never be healed. You'll always carry this pain. These were not your thoughts. They were arrows of doubt sent to weaken you. But Archangel Michael has been fighting these very battles on your behalf. And the reason you are still standing is because heaven's army never abandoned you not. Once the timing of this message is not accidental. Why now? Because the scales of heaven are shifting. There are moments when God allows waiting, and there are moments when God declares, enough. Today is such a moment. The delays that tormented you are being broken. The unanswered prayers that left you weary are rising again before the throne. Heaven is announcing that the season of silence is over. I see chains, breaking chains, that held back not only your emotions, but your opportunities, your finances, your relationships. The one you loved has stood in the heavenly courts, interceding for you, crying out for your release. And now the gavel has struck. Freedom decreed. Restoration decreed. Breakthrough decreed. The enemy thought you would collapse under grief. He thought despair would swallow you whole. But heaven turned what was meant for destruction into the soil for your rising. Even now, the energy that felt drained from your body is being restored. The fog in your mind is beginning to lift. The weight pressing against your chest is loosening. This is not imagination. It is the power of revelation beginning to work in you. And this is not just about your emotions. This is about your destiny. There are blessings that were stored for you, promises written with your name that have been locked away until this appointed time. I see doors swinging open. I see inheritance being handed back. The enemy tried to lock it, delay it, and deny it, but heaven's timing cannot be stolen. Understand this: you were not forgotten. The very moment you cried your first tear of grief, heaven began aligning this day. And now, the one you love is closer than ever, not lost in the shadows, but alive in the eternal presence of God, still loving, still urging you forward. And they want you to know this is not the end. This is your beginning. So, rise in faith. For what was hidden is revealed, what was delayed is released, and what was broken is being restored. You are stepping into a season where heaven's cry becomes heaven's answer. What you are about to receive is not ordinary encouragement, it is unveiling. The Spirit is showing me doors that were hidden behind layers of disappointment. You thought they were locked forever, but in truth, they were being guarded for the right moment. And that moment is now. The delays you faced were not punishment, they were preservation. Heaven was preparing you, strengthening you, sharpening you, so that when your inheritance is released, you will not lose it again. You see, some doors cannot be opened too early, or the blessing will slip through unprepared hands. But your suffering has refined you. Your tears have purified your vision. Your loneliness has carved out space for a greater fullness. Listen, the one you lost is not silent in eternity. Their love has not vanished, has been magnified. I see them standing as a witness, their voice raised in the heavenly courts, crying for your breakthrough. They are not weeping for you, they are rejoicing because they see what is coming. They see the blessings lined up in your path, the restoration about to flood your life, the chains snapping off that you thought were permanent. Heaven reveals this. Every enemy that tried to block you has been exposed. Those who pretended to support you but secretly drained your spirit, their season in your life is over. The invisible oppressors who whispered fear and guilt into your mind, they have been silenced. The betrayal you endured, the disappointment that nearly crushed you, it was all seen, recorded, and now overturned. Do you feel the shift even as you read this? The tingling in your hands, the sudden warmth in your chest, the way your breath feels lighter. That is heaven confirming the revelation. You are not bound anymore. The spiritual war that has raged around you is reaching its climax, and heaven is declaring victory on your behalf. And this victory is not vague. It comes with inheritance. Crowns are being placed. I see keys being handed to you, keys, 2 doors of opportunity, keys to relationships healed, keys to resources you didn't think you would ever access. These are not symbolic alone. They are prophetic indicators of real, tangible change about to unfold. Chains are breaking, old cycles of lack, fear, and delay snapping apart. Where there was loss, abundance will flow. Where there was silence, songs of joy will rise. Where there was despair, peace like a river will cover you. And the one you loved, whose absence left a hole in your heart, is closer than you realize. cheering you on as you step into this inheritance. Understand, heaven doesn't reveal without purpose. When God opens what was hidden, it is to prepare you to walk into it with authority. This is why the revelation is happening now. You are standing at the threshold of divine timing. The chapter of silence is closing and the book of fulfillment is opening. So lift your head, beloved. See the light breaking through. For heaven has declared that no force, no betrayal, no delay, no grief can rob you of what has already been written in your name. Now, the full picture comes into view. What you thought was only loss was, in truth, preparation for revelation. Heaven is showing me a door tall, radiant, glowing with a light so bright it spills into the shadows around it. And on that door is your name. For years it has remained closed. You have knocked, you have prayed, you have wept before it. But hear this, the hinges are moving, the locks are shattering. The door is opening not in the future, not in some distant day, but now. This is why you were drawn here at this exact moment. Heaven's timing is never late, and this is your appointed hour. The delay has expired. The decree has been issued. The cry of your heart has reached heaven's ears, and the answer has been released. I see chains snapping from your ankles, those invisible restraints that kept you in cycles of grief and fear. No more. You are stepping out of the cage of despair into the wide fields of restoration. I see light bursting into the room of your spirit, scattering every shadow that whispered lies to you. I see crowns being placed upon your head, not as empty symbols, but as signs of authority. You are being crowned with joy after mourning, with peace after storm, with abundance after loss. Do you feel that tingling on your skin, that sudden weight lifting from your shoulders? That is heaven's touch, confirming the revelation. What was hidden has been uncovered. The enemy who mocked you has been silenced, and the one you love is smiling in the eternal light, urging you to rise and walk into your inheritance. There is a reason the veil between worlds feels thin right now. Love does not end with death. Bonds forged in spirit cannot be severed by the grave. Your loved one has been interceding, standing as a witness, crying your name before the throne. And heaven has answered with breakthrough, with restoration, with life. This is the revelation. You are not abandoned. You are not defeated. You are not forgotten. Heaven has fought for you. Archangel Michael has stood guard over you. Angels have surrounded you. And now the promise is released. The pain you endured will not end in ashes. It will end in glory. Beloved, step forward. The light is breaking. The door is open. Your inheritance awaits. And from this moment on, you will know the silence was never absence, it was preparation. The grief was never punishment, it was proof of love. And the revelation is this: heaven's cry has become heaven's answer. And it was always meant for you, now that the truth has been revealed. Heaven does not leave you only with knowledge. Heaven brings you promises. These are not vague hopes. They are decrees sealed in eternity, about to manifest in your reality. Your loved one has cried out for you. The heavenly courts have ruled in your favor. And now the blessings that were stored for you are being released. Listen carefully. The shift will not be someday. It will be soon. Within the next 7 days, you will notice signs, unexpected messages, sudden invitations, doors that seemed locked beginning to open. Pay attention to numbers. Pay attention to songs. Pay attention to sudden warmth in your spirit at unusual moments. These will not be coincidences. They will be heaven's confirmations that the promises are in motion. Financially, heaven promises restoration. Where you faced lack, new streams of provision will appear. An unexpected call, a sudden opportunity, a release of resources that were delayed. These are being aligned now. Within the next 24 hours, a sign of provision will reach you. It may come small at first, but recognize it. It is the seed of overflow. Relationally, heaven promises healing. Strained connections, broken bonds, silent distances watch as reconciliation unfolds. Some relationships will be restored, while others that drained your spirit will fall away. This is heaven pruning your circle so that only what aligns with your destiny remains. Expect clarity within the next week, clarity that removes confusion and reveals truth, physically and emotionally. That heaviness in your chest, the sleepless nights, the fatigue that made even small tasks feel like mountains, heaven is lifting it now. You will feel it in your body. Sudden strength, deeper rest, unexpected peace. What doctors could not explain, heaven will heal. What therapy could not touch, the Spirit will soothe. Spiritually, heaven promises awakening. You will sense prayers answered before you even finish them. You will feel divine nudges guiding you in daily choices. The veil will seem thinner, the signs more frequent, the sense of presence stronger. Heaven is not distant, it is wrapping around you. And over all of this, I see victory imagery, tables turning in your favor, enemies silenced in shock as you rise, your name spoken in rooms you have not yet entered. What was denied will be offered. What was delayed will accelerate. What was lost will return multiplied. Your loved one, the one you thought was gone, is part of this promise. Their love is not idolate, is active. They stand as a witness, rejoicing as the blessings are released. They want you to know you will not stay in sorrow. You will live in abundance, peace, and joy. And every promise that seemed stolen will be restored. This is the beginning of overflow. This is the moment the tide turns and heaven declares. It starts now. Beloved, promises from heaven are not fragile, they unshakable. Goes forth, creation itself bends to fulfill it. And heaven has released over you a series of divine outcomes that no power of darkness, no scheme of man, no whisper of doubt can overturn. First, receive this. The next 72 hours are crucial. In this window, heaven will send you 3 signs. They may come as unexpected messages, as numbers repeating before your eyes, or as sudden dreams that feel alive. These are confirmations meant to anchor your faith. Do not dismiss them as chance. They are heaven's way of saying, yes, this promise is real. Yes, it is yours. The promises are layered. Financial overflow. I see debts being cleared, unexpected resources flowing. Opportunities you thought were long gone, resurfacing. Some of you will hear news within days' mails, phone calls, or even casual conversations that open doors of provision. And this will not be a trickle. It will be the beginning of overflow. Relationships restored and protected. The Spirit shows me bridges being rebuilt. Conversations that once ended in silence will reopen. Hearts that were hardened will soften. At the same time, false connections, those who drained your spirit, will fall away quickly, almost suddenly. This may feel painful at first, but it is pruning for your protection. By this time next month, you will look around and realize the circle around you is smaller, but stronger, purer, safer, health and vitality renewed. The weariness in your body, the heaviness in your chest, the fatigue that never seemed to leave heaven, is declaring renewal. Sleep will come more easily. Energy will flow where exhaustion once ruled. Anxiety will lose its grip. Even as you read this, some of you feel tingling in your hands or warmth in your chest. That is heaven's healing touch beginning its work. Spiritual awakening intensified. You will sense heaven's nearness in new ways. Your dreams will grow more vivid. Your prayers will carry more weight. Your inner compass will sharpen. This is the Spirit aligning you, so you never again doubt your connection with the eternal dot. Mark these words before this month closes. Of promises fulfilled. The next 7 days will bring clarity. The next 30 days will bring restoration. The next 3 months will bring overflow. This is not vague, it is a timeline sealed in heaven. And above all, know this: the one you love, who has gone before you, will continue to send you signs. You will feel their nearness in small, sacred moments, a whisper in your dream. They are heaven's way of reminding you that your bond remains unbroken. So walk forward with confidence. Lift your head, for your season of heaviness is ending. The tables are turning. The tide is shifting. The heavens have declared, your sorrow will become joy. Your loss will become legacy. Your waiting will become fulfillment. This is not just promise, it is prophecy. It is sealed, it is spoken, and it is yours. You have heard the revelation, you have received the promises, but heaven does not stop there. It presses the truth deeper until it becomes part of your very heartbeat. So let these words echo: you are chosen, you are covered, you are rising. Repeat it inside yourself. I am chosen, I am covered, I am rising. This is not empty affirmation, it is the decree of heaven. Every time you speak it, you align yourself with the authority of God's courts. And what has been sealed in heaven begins to manifest on earth. Do not underestimate what is happening right now. Your body may feel chills, your hands may tremble, tears may flow without warning. This is not weakness, it is proof. Your spirit recognizes the truth, and your body responds. Heaven is touching you as these words go forth. Let's reinforce the promises. You will not remain in lack. Say it again. I will not remain in lack. Financial doors are opening. Debts will bow. Provision is on the way. Even in this moment, heaven is aligning opportunities that will shock you with their timing. You will not remain in brokenness. Say it. I will not remain in brokenness. Healing is touching your body, mending your emotions, restoring your peace. The heaviness that has followed you is lifting, and every day it will grow lighter until joy floods your heart. You will not remain alone. Say it. I will not remain alone. Heaven is restoring relationships that align with your destiny. Are entering a season where companionship, loyalty, and true love surround you. You will not remain silenced. Say it. I will not remain silenced. Your voice will carry power. Your prayers will carry authority. Your presence will shift ATMOS PHERES. Beloved, you have come too far to turn back now. The tears you shed were not wasted, they watered the ground where your promise is sprouting. The loneliness you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. The betrayals you suffered were not your ending, they were heaven's way of clearing space for true, destiny-aligned connections. I know the enemy whispers, even now, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe it's too late. Maybe you won't see it, but those are lies. If it were not for you, you would not be here at this exact moment. Out of millions, heaven placed this in your path. Do not let doubt steal what has already been signed over to your name. Each moment you read, each breath you take is part of the reinforcement. Heaven is pouring layer upon layer of confirmation until your doubts have no room left to breathe. The chains that once felt unbreakable are cracking. The fears that once screamed the loudest are growing silent, and the light of heaven is seeping into every corner of your being. Remember this, your story has shifted. Even if your circumstances haven't yet caught up, the decree has already been issued. Heaven has ruled in your favor. Angels are moving. The one you love has witnessed the release. The breakthrough is not coming, it has already begun. So, anchor yourself here. Do not walk away in uncertainty. Do not allow distraction to steal this seed. Hold it close, repeat it often, declare it boldly. For heaven has cried, heaven has decreed, and heaven will deliver. Beloved, lean in one more time. Heaven is not done reminding you, because faith is built through repetition. Each time you hear these promises again, they sink deeper, driving out fear and planting unshakable confidence. So hear this, you are not who you were yesterday. The moment heaven released its decree, your identity shifted. You are no longer the grieving soul barely surviving. You are the chosen vessel rising into destiny. Even if your body feels the same, even if your surroundings look unchanged, something eternal has already shifted. Say this aloud if you can. I am rising. I am covered. I am chosen. My story is turning. The more you declare it, the more your spirit aligns with heaven's truth. Let us repeat the promises again, layer upon layer, until they become part of your heartbeat. Financial doors are opening. Not one, not two, but multiple doors are aligning. Expect favor where you once faced rejection. Expect unexpected opportunities where you thought all paths were closed. Healing is manifesting. That weight in your chest, it is loosening. That fatigue that follow you, it is breaking. Conversations you thought were impossible will begin again, and those who drained you will slip quietly away, leaving you lighter, freer, safer. Your voice carries power. Heaven has amplified your prayers. When you speak now, you will notice things shifting faster. Much careful. Your words will carry divine impact. You've already endured the darkest nights. You've survived what you thought would kill you. And if you came this far, why would you stop now? Heaven whispers, Do not quit. Do not turn back. You've crossed the hardest part. I know the enemy tries false endings, he whispers. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. But listen, the very fact that you are reading these words proves he has already lost. You wouldn't be here if heaven wasn't fighting for. You wouldn't feel this stirring if your breakthrough wasn't already in motion. Every breath you take now is sacred. Every moment you hold on is part of the sealing process. Heaven doesn't just make promises, it repeats them until they echo louder than your fears. This is why you feel chills, why tears fall unexpectedly, why your spirit feels both heavy and light all at once. It is transformation. It is heaven pressing the truth so deep that doubt cannot uproot it. So let me say it again. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. You are rising. You are chosen. You are covered. You are victorious. Repeat them until they are louder than grief, until they are stronger than doubt, until they carry you forward like wings. Because here is the truth. Heaven has already written your ending, and it is not sorrow. It is victory. It is abundance. It is joy that overflows. Do not stop here. Not let this moment slip. Seal it by believing, by declaring, by holding on. For what heaven has spoken will not return void. The decree is final. The blessing is sealed. And your story will testify. Heaven cried. Heaven answered. Heaven delivered. Beloved soul, you have walked through pain. You have endured silence. You have carried burdens heavier than words could hold. But today, heaven has cried. Heaven has answered. And heaven has sealed your destiny with blessing. So, I release over you now a priestly benediction. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. May his presence surround you like a shield. And may his spirit dwell richly within you. From this moment, your steps are ordered. No longer wandering, no longer heavy with uncertainty, you walk in paths prepared for you before the foundations of the world. Every crooked place is being made straight, every valley lifted, every mountain moved, every obstacle turned into stepping stones for your rise. May your nights be filled with rest instead of tears. May your mornings awaken with joy instead of dread. May laughter return to your mouth and strength to your bones. May the memories of loss transform into pillars of love that guide you forward. Heaven declares, you are not alone. The one you love who has crossed over remains connected to you, and their voice has joined with heaven's chorus to surround you in unseen strength. You will sense them in peace. You will feel them in quiet moments. You will know them not in sorrow, but in joy. And I decree this: your enemies are silenced. Your chains are broken. Your inheritance is released. Finances flow. Relationships heal. Health restores. Spirit awakens. Nothing can reverse what heaven has spoken over you today. Mark this moment. Remember this day. For it is your turning point. It is the chapter heaven wrote long before your tears began, long before grief touched your life. This is not your ending, is your rising dot. So walk forward, clothed in blessing. Walk forward, crowned in favor. Walk forward with angels at your side. And may Archangel Michael himself continue to guard your path, warring on your behalf until every promise is fulfilled. It is finished. It is sealed. It is decreed. Heaven's cry has become heaven's answer, and heaven's answer has your name written upon it. Go now in peace, beloved soul. You are blessed. You are covered. You are victorious forevermore.